welcome back, everybody. If it's your first time here, welcome in to Watch This, where we watch this together. I'll tell you what I think along the way, and you can tell me what you think down in the comments below. Well, we are still on this mission to figure out what is a woman with Matt Walsh, so we're just going to keep this sucker rolling. Let's roll that vid. I do it right.
Case in Connecticut, there were two male track runners,
They were trans girls.
right,
Uh-oh.
and who decided that they were going to race against the girls. And you look at those individuals, you look at their times again.
All right, right now, like, I do not, I can get canceled, cancel me, go ahead. I don't care. I don't think transitioned males should compete against females. I'm sorry. Call me what, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair, and yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you can think bad of me about it, but that's, you know, and as for this, I don't know. No, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair.
Against the men, against the boys, so they were kind of middle of the pack. And then they're racing the girls, and they're, first and second place. Is that indicative of some kind of unfair advantage that those individuals might have against the girls?
Yes.
No, it's not indicative of an unfair advantage. And I think part of the proof of this is that more transgender girls are coming out in high school and still playing sports, and they're not winning. You know, the Connecticut case is the exception.
Is this guy a joke? He's a joke. This guy's like, he's not real, right?
It got a lot of attention because those two trans girls performed well, but there are many more trans girls competing in sports, and they don't excel.
Are there really? I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, whether or not you win a game is not is about how hard you work in your practice, and most of us aren't going to win, and that goes for transgender athletes.
Okay, yeah, about practice and how hard you work, for sure. That is a big thing on winning. But so is physical strength and endurance. And if you have more of those things, you're pretty much going to win. And if you are a male and went through puberty, you definitely have those things.
Athletes do.
Let's go, girls.
That's hilarious. This is what I'm saying, man. Like, look at this. It's
The
not
norm
fair.
is that
How is that fair?
transgender youth don't win that much in sports games.
Alana McLaughlin was very appreciative for Provost to take this fight. I don't know how appreciative.
All right. First off, I have a problem with transgendered youth, period. Right? I think let me phrase this right. I have a problem if someone the age or under the age of majority, wherever you live, I think ideally 21, decides to physically transition. That's what I have a problem about. If you want to figure yourself out, you figure yourself out. But I don't think you should be going up against girls if you were biologically born male.
Appreciatives now, but she got a couple punches in.
It is very much the exception when a transgender young person
It's
does
the
win.
exception.
And the tap.
And
Look
it's
at this,
because
the
there's
exception.
not really an advantage.
That's
to
a lot
being
of
trans.
exception.
Only a few.
Did he just say there's not an advantage to being trans if you're a male and you're born a male, and you decide you're going to be a trans female? Yeah, it gives you an advantage over biological females. I'm sorry, it does.
People are going to lead the pack.
There are some slight differences, but does it translate to a competitive advantage? I think you'd
Yes.
be very hard-pressed to prove that.
There she is again. Hard pressed to prove an advantage. They're literally, I love it. They're literally showing clips of trans men whomping women in everything, but hard pressed to see that happen. Wow. Right? Like,
If there was a big advantage to being transgender in sports, then we would see transgender women totally dominate.
And over the last
We
half of
do.
the pool, nobody
That's
will
exactly
touch
what we
Leah
see.
Thomas.
Wow.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Transgender swimmer Leah Thomas breaking barriers and records.
Breaking
In a new article,
barriers.
Sports Illustrated.
What barrier? What? Because is the barrier that they're breaking the fact that they're transgender? Is that the barrier? Because it's not really a barrier, is it anymore? I don't know. Is it? I don't get it. I'm at a loss, but I wouldn't say really breaking barriers. I'd say more like having an unfair advantage. But
Calls the college senior the most controversial athlete in America.
Leah obviously helps us do better, right? Leah's swimming really fast. Leah's performance helps the University of Pennsylvania swim team. The feeling of winning.
there it is right there. It helps the swim team. It gives them notice. They're doing the right thing. Look at them and their trans athlete that's kicking ass. Everybody pay attention. It's good for the school. Right? Not good for the other female athletes. It's good for the school. They get that cheddar, right? That cheddar cheese. Everybody wants a little slice of cheddar. Come on.
Training doesn't feel as good anymore because it feels tainted. There was a lot of things you couldn't talk about that were very concerning, like a locker room situation, if you even brought up concerns about it.
Really? Listen. If you've got a penis, a cock, a dick, you should not be in a women's locker room. I don't care if you feel like you're a woman or not. You shouldn't be there. I'm sorry. You shouldn't. Period.
You were transphobic. If you even bring up the fact that Leah swimming might not be fair, you were immediately shut down as being called a hateful person or transphobic.
But there's never any conversation. The coaches don't sit everyone down and acknowledge what everyone's really upset about.
So Penn actually brought in people high up in the athletic department to talk to us. They brought in someone from like the LGBTQ center. They brought in someone from the psychological services.
So you're upset about what's happening, and so you need psychological help.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. The female athletes that have an issue with a transgender female who still has male body parts, because they have an issue with it, they need counseling. What is going on, man? Are you kidding me? This is a school. Like, what is it with... We have a school problem, obviously, because the shit that's going on is ridiculous.
Yeah. And they told us in this meeting, they said, look, we understand there's an array of emotions, but Leah's swimming is a non-negotiable. However, we can help you make that okay. That's what we're here for.
So you're anonymous for this interview. Why did you decide that you can't have your face out there saying these things?
They've made it pretty clear that if you speak up about it and you say anything negative, that like your life will be over in some way. Like you'll be blasted all over the internet as a transphobe if you come out, and then you'll never be able to get a job. Like anyone who wants to hire you will look you up and see you're transphobic and
Wow. This is what they're doing to keep people's lips shut and keep people in line, right? Because that's what this is. This isn't about, right? This is about keeping people in line and making sure they fucking do what we tell them to do. That's what this is. That's exactly what this is. And that is insanity, that this is okay and people are going along with it.
your life will be over.
I think that's it. I think that's the end of that. Wow. That's insane to me. That really is like, oh shit. That was an error. Oops. But yeah, I don't think that women should have to compete with trans women. There is an unfair advantage. And as for a lot of times I hear, I don't think that they should, unless if they've gone through male puberty, they shouldn't. And I agree with that in a way, but in another way, I do not agree with that at all, because I don't think a child should be able to switch over to have the surgery unless they're old enough to choose. So that means they have to go through whatever puberty, whether it be male or female, whatever, they have to go through that. no matter what, because I don't think their brain goo comprehends what they really are until they're older, until they've lived life and they can try to hash things out, man. It's dangerous stuff, people. Dangerous stuff. Well, I love to end on a cheery note, but sorry. Anyways, we'll be back next time. Do this all over again. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. If you like it a lot, why don't you share it? Let other people see it too. I just think this is something we should all be talking about. And I think a lot of people are on the same page. And there's a minority that that wants things their way. And they're doing a really good job of pushing in that direction. And we need to be talking about it. We need to make this kind of stuff common topics so that we can say, hey, this is ridiculous and makes no sense. All right. On that note, we're out of here. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.